Hey! Well, welcome back to Hey Comadre with my two comadres,
Ilsa Garcia,
Marianne Garcia.
and I am Claudia Macias,
Entre
las
las
Garcias. So before we get started, I want to just do a quick shout out and thank you to SDC Bills, Tony Garcia. Thank you so much for housing us, for always making sure that we're sponsored with a location. And yeah, because there's a lot of work that goes behind this, like the internet, the lights, the connection, everything, the sofa, the chair.
everything.
So
Yeah, it's a
thank
lot.
you. Thank you. And I know that you have a baby on the way, so hey, we're all waiting for baby Garcia to show up. Another Garcia.
Another
Garcia.
To add to the collection, right?
So this is now, let's call this season 2. We did season 1.
Yeah.
We just finished
Season
that.
2.
Now we're going to season 2.
Yes.
And, it's just us, women, Latinas, educated, some of us married, some used to be, we're not anymore. Anyway, some of us, dating and we're professionals and some of us have kids and some of us are tias to amazing, nieces and nephews. So we're just here to support one another as we go on this journey and do things a little bit different than what our grandmas and our tias, abuelitas did. So with that in mind,
before we go any further, full discretion is advised. I know that some kids are still on vacation, winter vacation, but this is the one time that it's okay for them to go play video games. Because what we have to talk about, they don't need to be listening. So full discretion has been advised.
as you know now. So,
As you know.
Yeah, por favor, que vayan a jugar, que vayan a... This is grown folk talk.
Grown folk talk.
Well, welcome back, Comadre.
Yes.
I feel like it's been such a long time
I
since
know.
us
Since
three.
we were on the same couch.
Like all three
Same
of us.
location.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're back.
Yes.
And you know what happens with 2023? You kick off the first day, and what is the first thing people ask you?
What are your goals? Yes.
Sometimes I think, and you think about like, is it really, do you start off new? Is it a new you or is it a new way of thinking? I'm like,
That's so cliche.
Very
though.
cliche.
Like new year, new me.
New me.
Oh Lord.
It's New Year, same me. But I like to think about what I like to embrace and celebrate what went really well, and also embrace the falls and the sadness and all that, all of it. And then whatever I didn't accomplish or did not, I call it whatever's still in progress.
right.
I just transferred it over.
But
That's it.
let's talk about dating goals in 2023.
Oh.
And this is important
Oh,
because
yes.
let me tell you something. If one thing didn't work out in 2022, in the past few months, especially leading up to 2023, I think this is a great opportunity to start off fresh.
Why not?
I've had many first dates on the first day of the new year. And it kind of sets a precedent of what's going to happen in 2023. Yeah, it is. I started, it's a funny story.
Okay.
It
Always.
always is. In 2021,
Always.
was it 22? That I do not want to say, but it is in another podcast and a really funny on 50 first dates.
Yes.
Houston,
yes.
where I went on the first day of 2021.
21.
Yes.
But it ended up being chaotic. And,
Yes.
my dating life that year was
Was
very
kinda-
chaotic. So this year, and I won't say it, but I was supposed to kind of like kick it off in the new year, but things didn't happen and I didn't go out. So what is your dating goals for 2023? I'll start first.
Please do.
So, I saw this program the other day, Comadres, which I
What'd you
thought
say?
was
What'd you
very interesting about women that were talking about, like, what would you do different in dating? And, and some lady just basically was like, in 2023, I am getting married. And I'm like, wait, that is kind of like, whoa, right? You went from like, nothing. And then
Like from one extreme to another.
which is amazing. I think
Even
that if you
skip
do
cuffing
find the love of your life, I say, nail it down, get married, do what it is that you have to do, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, to each his own, right? I think that's amazing. And if it's true love, dating goes for Ilsa in 2023 are going open-minded, yes, which is I'm very close-minded. I'm going in with the heart open and not being so judgmental. I don't know if people notice you are just, the moment somebody talks to you and they're like, it's always something that you don't like, right? It's super judgmental. Like, hey, it's I eat 2 eggs every morning. I'm like, oh, what? No,
that's it. Date is over.
Date is over.
There will be no second date.
And I'm like, what? You don't need like chorizo con huevo, like I don't know, something like that. So less judgmental, more open-minded, and more accepting of the people that are out there, the men that are out there, more accepting, and not in a way like, oh, she's so no. More accepting of your background, of what you've been through, and things I've learned in 2022.
Question.
Everybody comes with baggage.
Question.
Pregunta.
So does that mean that you're going to be lowering your standards?
No, you do not have to lower your standards. Okay. Absolutely not.
Okay.
But given the opportunity to more open up that circle a little bit bigger, right? Okay. Because we tend to go to this circle, and just stay there, estancada in Spanish.
You want to expand your,
I want to
like this map behind us.
Yes,
exactly.
Expand your,
like maybe go to places where
basically have different. No,
international.
I was gonna say, have all the different area codes and not just like one.
I got a question.
I'm joking.
So dating goals in 2023.
I got a question. So my question for you is, would you, seeing that you're now changing it up, and what if there were some people, some gentlemen callers from the past? Would you go back to the recycle bin if they were raising their hand?
2023, 23 dating goals will leave the past in the past because it didn't work out. Obviously,
but what if it didn't work out because you were like hung up on the huevos?
Yeah, you weren't being optimistic.
You weren't open.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to really check, but let's start off fresh.
So
right?
you're listening, and you were in 2022. Sorry.
So in 2023,
it's a no-go, guys. It's a no-go. If y'all dated Ilsa in 2022 and it didn't work out,
further back.
Yeah, it's a no-go.
Further back, I love it. Yeah. So in 2023.
And can you still hear us?
Yeah, we're here. We're here.
Okay.
So my question is, comadres, what are your dating goals?
You go.
So about that, where shall I begin? I'm going to start with dating myself.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yes, and I'm going to also focus on a prospect.
Okay.
Yes, that has been showing a lot of interest in me in my life. And I was sharing with like Comies on this side before we started was because you asked me, well, how's it going? And I'm like, I haven't dumped him yet.
Which is a good thing.
Great thing.
I haven't taken off running yet. So that's a good thing. And then when it came down to it, I thought about I think what I told you was it's different when someone is not just interested in you for certain things, but they're interested in you as a whole person.
Great question.
Mm-hmm.
So is the dating life close for you so you can focus on that? So if another person comes in, will you not even pay attention to that person because now you are focused on the person?
Well, y'all had
Garcia, why would you put our Comies on the spot like that?
Oh my God, 2023.
So the question is, are you off the market?
Are you off the market? Because that is very important to know.
Meetings.
There you go.
Okay, so I'm giving it a shot.
Good. You have to focus.
Yes. And you guys actually reminded me the other day because there was an episode where I had to call 911 on a loved one, and and like the fire truck showed up, and like an ambulance showed up.
We're not laughing at that. We're laughing at something else.
No, yeah. And then these EMT and firefighters where I was looking out the window, and I'm like, I went and put on some lip gloss.
Wow, that was the single Claudia coming out,
because
and then we had to reel her in.
We had to reel her. You got someone you're talking to.
I'm like, focus.
Oh, yeah.
we have someone.
We're like,
we're all like, we have someone.
And we're like, wait a minute, how's the loved one?
Yeah. Let's focus.
But really,
so going back to
they
that,
were walking in.
so we are now January 3rd,
Yes.
2023,
Yes.
and now you are closed for business because
At
you are
the
going
moment,
to focus
yes.
on
Yes.
this person.
One coffee meeting date.
Okay.
That's prospect.
Prospect.
Yes.
That is
Yeah.
interesting.
Person of
That
interest.
is there you go. Person of interest.
Person of interest.
Yes. Yes.
Now, second
All
question.
right. What's the
Okay.
second crap? Oh,
So
hell.
in 2023,
hell.
here we go, January 3rd. Do you see this going to, are we getting married in December?
Going to the chapel and where
Look, guys, I'm just
Listen,
trying
no,
to
wait, because here's the thing, guys.
Okay.
Before Marianne and before Comadre here finishes,
Yes.
listen, sometimes at this age, and I said it at the
At
beginning
this
of the
age.
first season
Yeah.
of Hey Comadre, is how do you date?
With
How do
with
you
the
date?
purpose.
What are
With
your
the
intentions?
purpose.
What is your purpose? My purpose is to eventually get married, not to scare anybody out there. So I'm not going to marry you, but I'm going to find the correct person to marry, and I ultimately will love that.
Stop stirring the pot, Brian.
Y'all still using apps or online? Actually, I closed them up, and
No, we're not.
I actually deleted the apps, and it was one of those mutual things. Like that person did it first,
Nice.
and then I was like, "Oh, thank you, that's so nice."
That is awesome.
And then I finally did it, and I sent screenshots of the closings, and that person freaked out.
Oh,
for a bit.
Well, did he send the screenshots of his closing?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're all on the
she
same
was like,
page.
oh yeah.
No, he sent them
Oh, yeah.
first.
Okay,
and
okay,
I was
then you
very
done.
upset. I didn't do it right away. I did it like a long time later, and then I was like, okay, I finally did it.
Okay, so we're all on the same footing right here.
Yes.
Okay,
So back to your
moving
question.
forward,
Mhm.
we're going to see this progress as this show comes along. So come back and visit us on this show because we're
See
going to
what
be talking
happens.
about the prospect.
Yes.
2023 goals.
Go.
Okay, so before I move forward, you guys cannot ask me those difficult questions.
I don't know. Hey, comadre.
Because
Hey,
I'm
comadre.
always under pressure.
We want to know.
So this much I will say.
Okay.
This much I will say is that the last couple of years, the last maybe 3 to 4 years, I was learning who Marianne Garcia was,
Yes.
opposed to Marianne Brown, because Marianne Brown no longer exists,
Right.
and this is Marianne Garcia.
Mhm.
And so in those 3 to 4 years, I have mentally, spiritually, professionally
Right.
Yeah.
grown,
Oh,
Yeah.
and I've evolved to
Yes.
the point where I am ready. I am
Ready for what?
to be in a relationship.
Okay.
Now, that being said, hold on. Now, that being said, because I've evolved and I know what I want, I don't have time to I don't
You don't have time to
Absolutely.
I don't want to sit there and mold somebody. I don't want to sit there
No.
our wants have to be aligned.
Mhm.
If our wants are not aligned, then I'm not going to pursue it.
Mm-mm.
So moving forward, you'll see only this comadre out and about in single life.
We will be your wing women. We will be
Absolutely.
like,
So going back to the important question, okay. So are you saying that do you have somebody that you think you might,
Yeah,
are you seeking someone right now?
are there?
No,
There's
there's
a basket with some eggs, 1 egg, 2 eggs, a few eggs.
there's a person of interest.
There's a person of
Yeah.
Why does
interest.
everybody have a person of interest? Where's my person? Oh wait, I think
There's a
I
person of interest that I would like to pursue.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
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 Yeah.
That is a good dating goal for 2023.
Yeah.
Are we going to see in 2023 still the Hey Comadre relationship? I think it's going to change the
It'll
dynamic of the show.
It
You
might.
have,
It might
you
evolve.
have a single, you have a person of interest, and a person of interest.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
but that's what life's about.
Absolutely.
That's adulting, guys.
I might have a spin-off.
Oh, that's so true. That is so
The
true.
shenanigans of 2023.
Yeah, but I mean, who's to say? We don't know.
We don't
Hey,
know.
we don't know.
We don't know.
We're on the third. Guys.
So, on that,
It's the
I
third.
wish my both comadres the best of luck. And
Thank you.
these men that I know, both men, by the
Yeah.
way, and they're amazing people, and they are lucky to have these two women
Yes.
in their lives.
Yes.
So, yes. But aside from dating goals of 2023.
So I want to take it. I want to take it to you dating.
Yeah.
What?
We're going to turn it on you. So
Yeah.
I want to share something because even though I'm seeing potentially, if there's of interest, I want to continue dating myself.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's
perfect.
super important
Perfect.
because I have girls. I got to make sure that I'm focused on my stuff. And this
Sure.
aligns great. But when you're out there and you are with prospects and a persons of interest, and I want to bring this up because this is super important. I don't care, right now we're going to focus on significant others or a date, but it could also be connected to a comadre, a colleague, whatever, right? But I'm going to talk about the phone etiquette.
Oh, the hottest topic
What
in the world.
kind of phone etiquette do you, you and myself, do you expect when you are out on a coffee date or a lunch date or even a work thing with colleagues? Let's do dating.
Okay.
I'd rather
Let's do dating.
Let me
Dating.
tell
That's
you.
more interesting.
Do you have a story that you would like to share about
Phone
your
etiquette.
expectations on
Yes,
phone
phone
etiquette?
etiquette.
Etiquette.
So out on a date, I don't you know what? This whole hiding your phone in your pocket and it's gonna ring. We all have friends. We are in business.
We're busy.
We
Yeah.
are so entirely busy. I get phone calls the entire time. I try not to be disrespectful out on a date. If you want to leave it on top of the table, I'm good. Leave it on top of the table. We're good. You flip that phone, we have problems.
Oh! Okay, I want to ask you, why flipping the phone is a no-no for you? And then I want to hear
Oh, flipping phones is hiding things. I mean, I'm not being nosy, but if you are so I used to date someone who would and he's probably watching, and I'm not going to say his name, but hi, good.
We were just audio discussion is advised. She's gonna put under. If you have
He
dated
would
her
basically
before,
like this.
2022 is about you.
This is right here. He would live with the phone like this, restroom, kitchen, anything that like this. When we were eating, it would always be like this. It would go off, and he would just do this and then flip. And I would always say, "What's the problem?
Yeah,
Like, why don't you leave it up?" I mean, I'm not. First of all, I wear
Well,
contacts. I can't
I'm
really
blind
see.
anyways. I can't see
You know,
shit anyways.
So what is it? Or it would go off and I'd be right back and go to the restroom. I'm
Oh,
like,
hell
Okay,
no.
so when it would go off and when he would go to the restroom, did he take the phone with him? Did he leave
Absolutely no.
Oh,
He
okay.
would go to the restroom,
So-
go to sleep with it. I mean, this person had the phone with them at all times.
Is he a doctor? Is he a heart surgeon? Is
No,
he transplanting
he's not.
organs?
No.
Oh, is he a
No.
lawyer?
No,
Is he the president of
no.
the United States?
He's not Joe Biden. No, not even think Joe Biden would do that.
No.
So phone etiquette, to me, it's very uncomfortable. And we don't know each other on dates, right?
Yeah.
But when you do get comfortable with the person, even on the first date, either put your phone away and focus on us because let's get to know each other,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
I would do the same. Or leave your phone up there, but don't.
Yeah.
Come on, let's focus on us. I mean, we're here on a date for a reason, right?
Mhm.
Phone etiquette for me is preferable. Let's leave it in your pocket. Let's leave it in my purse, and we'll handle business as it comes
Later.
along.
All right. What about you?
I personally agree. I feel like if you're going to be on a date or if you're going to, if it's especially like in the beginning stages, right?
Exactly.
In the beginning, because you're trying to get to know the person, right? Put your phone away. Now, for me, I have 3 kids.
I have kids.
I have kids.
You're fine.
And so I'll check my phone periodically.
But I will say,
and I'll be
I'm
like,
gonna
hey,
check
I'm
my
gonna check my
phone.
phone really.
I
Like,
am gonna see,
excuse me,
okay.
excuse me for a minute. I'm gonna, sorry or whatever. Or I also work in emergency medicine.
Right.
So that being said, like I do get calls. Like I'm not a surgeon, but I run multiple emergency
But
rooms.
you do give a heads up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
So I do, but I really feel like you should put your phone away.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hello, we're here for a reason. Comadre, Claudia, what was your
okay.
phone etiquette?
Well, first of all, for
now
me,
that you have someone,
Yeah.
what's the phone etiquette?
I don't.
going now?
Sometimes my phone dies, and
It does, and it's annoying.
I don't even know where it's at. So
It's
that's
annoying.
where we're at. But
We're at
for
the point
me-
where we're contacting the point of interest.
Yeah. So for me, I would say, hey, once in a while, I need to take this. It's one of my kids.
Yeah.
Whatever, right?
Right.
That's the most I would do is I would give like an explanation. Other than that, it would be in my purse. Now, another thing, have you ever suspected something when you were on a date or something, and then it renders to be true? Do you have a story to share?
You and
I have a story actually.
Go.
So funny. So funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I was talking to this one person, it was very new, right? And it so happened, but this person was like very pushy and like, we need a date and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, let's give it a try, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a couple weeks into it, little does this person know that we kind of know a lot of people.
Oh, we'll go into that.
We kind of know a lot of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that being said, I noticed, and I am not one to do this, guys. I feel like we're too grown for this, but se me salió lo tóxica. Se me salió lo tóxica. So all of a sudden, I see on one of my friends, very beautiful, by the way, gorgeous girl, he hearts her picture.
Ooh.
Hold on.
That's a whole nother segment.
Hold on. I'm like, hold on. Let me see this really quickly. So I go into her profile because I'm not really, I go into her profile and I'm like, oh, okay. So
hearts going on.
So these are recent hearts while he's pursuing me, right? And like, trying to date me and all this good stuff. I'm like, okay, cabrón. Okay. So I reach out to my friend and I'm like, do me a favor, boo. Reach out to him, be like, hey, I see you've been liking my pictures, commenting on my pictures, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. So he bites. He bites.
You are hired for the CIA.
He bites. And hold on a second.
Yeah.
No. But she took one for the team and she's the true MVP. So let me tell you. So she messages him. She's like, hey, and so he messages her back. And he's like, you're gorgeous, you're so pretty, blah, blah. And she is, right? She is. So then he's like, when are you going to let me take you out on a date? For a drink.
While you're on a date with this person?
No, not on a date.
Okay.
But like it's been a couple of weeks and we've been dating. Yeah.
Okay.
And so she's like, well, you can take me out on a drink, but only if Marianne can join us.
Oh!
Yes! That was perfect.
Drop the phone.
Yes. And he's like, and his response was, oh my God.
That was it? Damn.
So you and I had this conversation on one day when going out with someone like that. It's phone etiquette.
2022.
Which we're no longer doing.
Which we're not
Okay,
recycling.
we're not
going to the recycle bin.
And Comadre said, why would you post a picture with that guy?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, because he's trying to date me again, and we're going to find out if he's dating somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
How do you find out? You post a picture with him.
Mm-hmm.
And you let it all fall down from there. And it did. And so I posted this picture, and then not even from the entrance of the restaurant, right, to my car comes DMs from women.
Yep.
Beautiful women, very nice people. I don't know them.
But
and
they
they're
want
like,
to know about you.
so what are you doing with so and so? And I said, my work here is done. Merry Christmas.
So you can apply for the CIA.
Yes.
And you can apply for the FBI.
Thank you, and I'm hired. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
In other words, you just don't want to get involved in us unless you really
don't
want to know us.
Don't underestimate the power of a curious girl.
And then phone etiquette comes back into it because you know what? It's okay. I mean, if you are seeing, we're not dating each other. We're getting to know each other, and that's fine.
Respect.
But respect while you're there. Don't. Do you find me boring that you are on your phone? And that goes both ways, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
So you want to have that phone etiquette. My thing is, let's just put our phones away.
Yeah.
Let's look at them periodically just to make sure, because the conversation will be amazing.
It will. And one of the things that I was thinking about, with the whole phone thing is it an age thing? Because I thought about that. Is it because I'm more of I'm good.
Though.
We'll put it away unless I had to check because of my kids. But I'm not like, oh my God, let me take it, or let me see. Is it an age thing that we're this way?
Could be, and not so, because I mean, I always check my
I gotta hide my toes, guys. I'm all like,
I will say this: if you have my full attention and I truly like you, you will not see my phone pop up. If you're boring the heck out of me, my phone is off. I was like,
if you will call me,
if you're
to text her, and get her out of this thing.
What are y'all doing?
Do I need to call in?
I'm like blink twice if you need help.
I blink twice
I
if
do.
you need help. I'm like, blink,
Yeah,
blink,
I will
come
bring
on.
the getaway car.
Right.
I don't know how to say no to things. I'm learning in 2023 to say no. Also, great thing about 2023 that I've learned, I saw this thing about saying no to it. Don't waste your time.
Yes.
You know, I spoke to someone recently. This is I just don't want to date because I don't want to waste time. You know what, guys? Sometimes it's not wasting time. It's getting to know the
Researching.
person. It's getting to know the person. It probably end up being a great opportunity.
A good friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
connection.
that's happened to me where like I dated somebody and we went on like a couple of dates. I mean, it didn't work out, but now we're like great friends.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He is such a good friend of mine. Like
Mhm.
to the point where like he's even visit my family. Like he's a great friend. Like he feeds my fish. You know what I mean? Like he's a really good friend.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I
he's a really
love him.
I have a friend
Yeah.
too.
He's a
that's-
really good friend of mine. It didn't work out in that way, but in a friendship way, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
I hope he knows who it is because
He
he's
knows.
gonna start commenting.
Raising his hand.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was someone that we were interested in each other, but then we realized, oh no, we're gonna just be friends, and we've been friends for years. And he's always there. What do you need? You know.
Sometimes some people,
And that's
some
it.
men are like that. They're better
Mhm.
friends than they are more than friends.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we love having those men around because they center you. You know, they're
Oh my
like,
gosh,
oh, you
yeah.
know, it's gonna be okay,
Yeah.
kind of a thing. But in 2023, before we end this program in 2023, professionally, personal, where do you want to see yourself go? We'll start with Marianne.
So professionally, as you guys know, I started a new, which is why
Yes.
I wasn't, I hadn't come on for a while because I started a new job
Mhm.
a couple of months ago. So I'm regional director of emergency medicine for 10 hospitals, but in El Paso, which means I have to travel. But that's actually, it takes me back to my roots, which is emergency medicine, right? And so professionally, I feel like I'm where I need to be right now.
Yes.
And personally, well, y'all know, personally, I'm going to, pursue, I think I'm going to focus more on my personal life because again, the past, 3 or 4 years, I've been focusing on, trying to build Marianne Garcia.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've done all of that to build me up to personally, for whomever is going to be.
Well, we love
there.
Marianne
Yes,
Garcia.
so
We think
Marianne
she is amazing. Marianne
I
is
love
an amazing
Yes.
person.
Yes. Sorry,
And we
my
hope to
armpits
see
are wet.
so much in the future for you.
Yes.
Thank you guys. I love y'all.
2023.
Personally, professionally, well, I started a new gig back in July, and it's just continuing to grow it, continue to offer this Brain Builders parenting class for moms. We got the website almost up and running. We have classes now in Espanol for moms that only speak Spanish.
Yay.
So I'm loving what I'm doing, and we're growing. We're actually hiring for this organization, so I will holler back on that information. Personally, with my girls, I always think that professional and personal go hand in hand. But I got two teens that are one's about to turn 15, and so we're working on the
Madrina.
madrinas here.
Yes,
And then
of
they're both entering into high school next year. So we're in the midst of getting all those applications done, and they're auditioning for a school for fine arts, and so. And then with my person of interest, I'm just letting it flow. I'm a person that overthinks and over catastrophizes, so I'm leaving that every time it starts creeping up, and I'm like, let me just squash it and say, enjoy what's in front of you. And I always hold on to the words that you've given me. Déjate querer, cabrona.
That's always what I tell her.
Thank you, Marianne, because those words resonate between my two ears whenever the overthinking and the over catastrophizing sets in. So I think about that. And another quote that I'm holding on to is one that Kerlin Sabogal gave me. Do not entertain what is not meant for you, whether it's personal, professional, put yourself out there. And if it's not a click, connect, a hit, whatever,
Move on.
Yes. And that's it.
Good.
Yeah.
You'll be great in 2023.
Yes.
Yes.
It's going to be amazing.
The amazing things that Claudia will do in 2023.
And also a shout out to my former spouse that he continues to heal
Yes.
and be well for his girls, because I want to see him dancing with the quinceañera.
And he will be
next summer.
And he will be.
And,
And he will be.
And he will be up and at 'em, being the same person.
Let's just leave it.
Let's leave it like that. Yes. What about you, comadre?
We're out of time.
Now you gotta say it. Come back for the spin-off.
On the personal side, I would love to say that I regret nothing. I regret nothing.
Is that what your tattoo says?
I regret nothing.
No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
2022 brought in a whole bunch of joys, a huge loss.
Yeah.
But I regret not being in this world. I never have. Like I've told somebody in the past, I've told you girls, I've come to terms with the life that I lead 2 to 3 years ago, and that has made me very happy. I have fun everywhere I go, except funerals. I try to, stay, but I enjoy life. Yeah. I am blessed to be alive and be healtly. There's so much stuff going on in the world that every day I am very thankful. I am on my personal level, on the personal side. I always start off the year saying that I'm going to take it easy because I want to find someone. Yes. But I'm not going to say anything this year. I live the life that I live, and if somebody wants to jump on this wagon and enjoy this great life with me, you're welcome. You are welcome to join me.
Come join the ride.
Come join the ride. I love my life. I love the positions that I put myself in. I love my friends, all of them that are out there listening as well to us. I love this program, Hey Comadre. It gives us an outlet to speak to other women about pretty much everything. We come and let it out here. And there's people out there on the other side of this computer that are actually probably agreeing with our lifestyle. On a business level, promoting and growing an HPO. I come in as my 5th year as president of this organization. And we love it and continue helping the community, which is something that started many years ago for me. I love my job. I started like they did 3 months ago, doing what my passion is, which is event planning. And I love doing that. I thank Craig Howard, Stephanie Howard for the opportunity at the ballroom to give me that outlet that I've always had in me. But aside from that, I just love life. Yes. And I cannot wait to share shenanigans after shenanigans that I get into all the time. And I have to call them and I'm like, oh, can somebody get me out of this?
Blink twice if you need it to pick you up.
I love meeting people. Networking is our middle names. Yes. We love it. We enjoy it. And we cannot wait to meet all of you that tune into Hey Comadre.
That's right. So with that in mind, take care of yourselves so you can take care of everything you want to do in life and, professional, personal, family. And join us again. You can listen to this podcast again. You can download it. It's on Apple. It's on all Spotify. It's everywhere you can find us. In the Apple and the podcast world, you can download us. And we're going to be doing this every other Tuesday. So join us. Tuesday.
Let us know what you want to talk about.
If you have a topic, you have un tema that you want to share, like, hey, I'm going through this. Send it our way and we can talk about it and we'll see, what comes out of it. And if you want to just chime on in with whatever happens in your life.
I mean, I don't know if you want our advice, but
we're not professional. I like what you say, your disclaimer. We are not professionals.
We are not professionals by all means. Our freaking
lives are tons of fun.
Tons of it. With lots of wine on the side.
Yes. You know what? Do a toast next time.
We do.
So join us in not this Tuesday, but the next
following
Tuesday.
one.
We're going to do a little toast.
We are.
We're going to toast to our progress.
Toast to our families. A big shout out to all our family, all 3 of us, our great families that are out there that actually, allow us to come out here and talk crap all the time. And they're not embarrassed by it.
Elena just brought something up that I wanted to bring up with you and you.
What was
quick, maybe for next time, but we still have a few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm new to dating. So when we heart a picture, it means a person likes you or vice versa. Okay. One thing.
Oh!
That's a good one. Because
it depends. Because
over here.
Because you saw what happened with me. This fucker wanted to be like, when can I take you on a drink? But And I mean,
Depends.
it really depends. It really depends.
To me, if I get a heart on it, they just probably appreciated the picture I took. Or
Okay, let's say the person you are super interested in, we'll get to that one too, starts, you notice, oh, how come he's like hearting that person, and he doesn't even heart my stuff? How would you feel about that?
No tóxica se lo va a salir. I can guarantee you that.
I wouldn't ask, but then I'll probably.
How would you feel?
I would feel very crappy about it because I'm like, why you don't like me? Like,
why are you liking my stuff?
Why you're not liking my stuff?
Okay,
like, is my content not right?
I would probably feel not right. Do I gotta up my game? Do I need to up my lighting game? I mean, what the fuck?
What is it?
No, I would take it personal. I would take it personal.
You would.
I would.
I would too. Because and I have caught myself. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, really? Oh, you hearted this? But I get a thumbs up.
But this is my thing. I don't ever
get a thumbs up.
Yes.
I don't ever heart and I get a thumbs up.
Yeah, I don't ever look porque el que busca encuentra.
That's true.
I am with you, Miriam. But here's the thing: I met someone, a few, whatever. We don't talk. It was just a meetup or whatever. Just talk, whatever.
Oh, it's a meetup.
He hearted somebody else and he only gave me a thumbs up on my.
No, ya estuvo.
That's it. We're not gonna.
We're fine. We're fine.
Never again.
We're not talking.
Si no te conociera, cabrona. Never again. This dude, you're done. You're a goner. You're a goner. You're done.
So someone said, Chris Pignon, zodiac signs. Do you look into zodiac signs?
I know they do.
Yes. I'm a Scorpio. I am very much a Scorpio.
And I'm a Cancer. And I'm very much a Cancer.
I'm very much a Capricorn.
I am so a Scorpio.
It's to the point where we are both on this app called CoStar, and I'm not getting paid for this. And we are looking at CoStar, and we're sharing each other's stuff. Like, oh, and I'm like,
Chris, do you look at zodiac signs? That's a good question to ask the audience.
Yeah.
I never have, but I have a good friend, Alejandra. Shout out to Ale, who's really great in astrology. And she would always say, like, I one time came home, like every time I would say, like, oh, I met somebody, find out when their birthday. And I was like, I'm not gonna get them a gift. And she's like, no. She's gonna read them. She's gonna read them. And one day she's like, Lisa, you are compatible with a Taurus. You're compatible with Peter. And I was like, chinga, like, how am I gonna find a Taurus now? Like, this shit has now escalated, like, oh.
It's so funny because my sister's like newly into like the crystals and zodiacs and the moons and like she's like all like she's got way out. Like she's doing like these rain dances at midnight and like, can you summon me like a rich summon me someone? Can you do a I don't know, like something. And I'm like, what the hell? But she's like all into it, and she calls me. She's like, "Look, this is what you're gonna do." I'm like,
"She got vision."
She's like, she calls me all serious. My sister's like, "This is what you're gonna do," and I'm like, "What? You're gonna buy this crystal, this water, this, and you're gonna." I'm like, "Bitch, you're giving me way too many instructions. I'm not doing all of that."
All scared now.
Hell no.
Love you. I'm Catholic.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that looking at horoscopes or like if you line up with them, how about if you're Capricorn or Cancer or Scorpio and you end up with a whole bunch of like psychotic sign or something?
There actually is a list about all the people that have been serial killers and that done like horrible things.
Are they all Capricorn?
There's a list. And it says what their signs are, like Jeffrey Dahmer, like the Zodiac Killer. Speaking of Zodiac signs. But you know what? I'm like,
great topic, Elena. Great topic that you bring that up. We're gonna dive into
that next week. So we're gonna talk about Zodiac signs and when the person of interest is hearting everybody else's stuff and maybe just looking at your stories. You know they're looking at them, but they're not hearting it, and or they're giving you just a thumbs up. Or
what if they're only hearting your stories, like a whole bunch of hearts, but not your actual posts?
Well, I'll have an even better one for you, ladies. How about if your men are hearting my pictures?
I wouldn't.
No, but not me. Let's say somebody you do not know, like a friend, but not like a comadre friend, but a good friend of ours.
I have to think.
I think it depends on who it is. A thumbs up.
A thumbs up is fine. Why a heart?
And by the way, none of your significant others have given me. They've only given me a thumbs up. They're probably so fed up with. But you know what I mean?
You know
I
what?
don't know.
I don't know, because yes, I'm very much a Scorpio, but I'm very confident, and I'm not jealous in that way.
Okay.
Now, so it's the person of interest, because I've known this person of interest, like it's been a little while now, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a little while now.
Long hot minute.
Yes.
Very long.
So I know this person of interest long enough not to suspect anything like that.
Yeah.
But if it were someone new, like the one that hearted the mutual friend, exactly, then I'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
It'd be different.
Okay.
I don't know, guys, because if like I had someone and he's just constantly hearting and maybe a little emoji with the fire sign to
hell no, the fire sign?
No, and I would not distress las comadres. I would distress him. I mean,
oh yeah,
what the hell?
Do I need to worry?
No.
Did you? No, I'm just kidding.
Just kidding.
Well,
and you know, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, and for me, it's not so much that I'm jealous of the other person. It's more like,
what are you?
I know you're online and you haven't responded. You left me on red.
Huh.
So if you have time to go over there and heart someone or thumbs up them,
you better come.
quick. Well, okay. Where are you? Because I sent you. I saw that you read my text and you haven't responded. So
I don't get.
I know you're alive.
Yeah, I don't get mad I do that.
You know what? That's one of my personal goals for 2023. Be better at responding to texts, because I suck.
Me too.
At replying to texts.
I don't suck. I just don't feel like it for certain.
No, I'm really bad. Or in my head, I'm like texting, and then I forget to send it because I get sidetracked. And then I go back like hours later. A la madre, I never sent it.
See, I want to be witty. I want to be a writer in this text messages. And so when I pour my heart, like, oh, I had an amazing day. And then they get back like, great. Okay, good.
So, if you are applying for Comadre here, you must write more than a sentence. Do you want grammar also?
You
to
are.
Be correct?
You
I am really good. I'm really If someone sends me stuff with your and it's not the right your,
I let it pass because not all of us are like.
I correct it.
Oh no, man! Don't do that.
Correct.
No,
that's why I know. Like, okay, do I want to let you know that's like.
No. I'm endearing to people that because not everybody is very into the grammar part of it. Or whatever.
What were you gonna say? That everybody is. Well, maybe it's just the educator in me.
It is the educator in you.
If someone corrects me,
I'm not correcting.
Look, if it's a joke and we're joking,
yeah,
it's cool. But if you're like for real, Claudia, don't.
It was significant.
Yeah. We're going to dive into that because there's also the WY something, and I was like, what are you doing?
Text
talking. Those things don't flow with me that well because I like long.
But does it go back to like the whole are you like the millennials or is the age group? You know what I mean?
Well, but I think it also goes to what Steve Harvey said. You can train the person that you're dating to what you want them to be. Now, if they don't rise to those expectations, then it's not.
I don't know. I feel like you shouldn't have to train somebody.
Not train them, but like if you get a certain text,
tell them.
Okay, phone call. So what he posted.
I see what you're saying.
If you want communication via phone, then
then you have what your preference. What your preference is,
and they're like, I've been texting, you haven't answered, and then your response is, well, I prefer phone calls. So that person then starts. You're training them in a way.
So you're giving them you're giving them your preference because you're getting to know each other.
Everybody on the desk on the other side are probably saying, "Oh my God,
these bitches are all over the place."
We're gonna catch up on the next episode of Hey
Comadre.
Obviously, it's been a while. Obviously,
and obviously, we're gonna hit these etiquettes, right? Yeah. Because we're not molding or training.
Hell no.
It is important that you
say
that you know what you want, right?
Yeah.
What you want? All right.
Okay.
So
next episode.
So yeah, a lot of things we're going to talk about next time we meet. So not this
Tune in.
Tuesday, but the other Tuesday, we'll be coming back again, and we're going to be talking about do zodiac signs matter? What about other, standards that you want them to follow?
Voy a traer la bruja de mi hermana with all
We're
her
going to bring the
crystals.
witch with some huevos and some crystals.
And some crystals. 2023
is the year for me. Now you say it.
2023
is a year
for me.
You say it?
for me.
And now you say it.
For me.
There you go.
All right.
Hasta la
Bye,
otra.
guys.
Good night, everyone.
Viewer discretion.
She's got jokes. She's got jokes.
Thank you, Liliana.
Thank you, Liliana.
And thank you, Leslie.
Thank you, Tony. Don't listen to podcast.
We're kind of spicy.
No, I'll tell you what I want. What I really want.
So tell me what you want. What you really want.
No, I want to music.
I love her. I was like, wow.
Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my lover, you have got to
Spice.
Yo soy la mamona Spice.
Mamona Spice. Toxic Spice.
La mamona Spice.
What would I be?
I would be la,
Sentida
la sentimental Spice.
I'm Sentida Spice. And we will not go into that.
I hope we're off the air.
Yes. Are we off?
Bye.
No!